the first piece of groundwork that we're actually going to start with, again, this is assuming that a horse knows how to lead, is disengaging the hindquarters. So I'm going to do that because I need to be able to essentially control my horse's body so that if I need to stop my horse suddenly, I can. And I'm also starting to teach the horse the idea of how to move away from pressure. So horses always learn by you add pressure to them. When the horse responds correctly, we remove the pressure, okay? That pressure is not always what we think about like physical pressure of pushing on them. Sometimes my space can be pressure. Me swinging a lead rope at them can be pressure. Me using my voice, all of those can be things that I use to actually ask the horse to move. And then my job when I'm training them is as soon as the horse moves or does what I want, I actually stop using that pressure, okay? So specifically for moving the hindquarters of the horse, I kind of think about this in a couple steps. So one, I always want my horse to be able to follow a pull on the lead rope and actually tip their head towards me. So if I'm going to ask Barbie to move her hindquarters to the right, I want her to be able to bend her head slightly to me to the left, okay? So I want Barbie to be able to bend her head and neck and make sure that she has that ability. So you can see she already, if I pull a little bit, Barbie responds to that. My goal is for her to move her hindquarters where this hind leg, her inside hind leg, is going to step under her body, okay? So her left leg here needs to cross under her body in front of her right hind leg. That's to do it correctly. If she doesn't step that way, I'm not going to tell her that she did a good job, and I'm going to keep asking for her to do the correct thing. So when I start, again, I'm going to ask Barbie to bend her head and neck towards me a little bit, so that's a key piece of it. I'm going to have my lead rope here serve as my pressure. So we're going to bend her head and neck a little bit. I might use my voice a little bit. And she was really good there, right? So she stepped right away from me. I didn't have to hardly do anything with this lead rope, and she gave me 2 really nice steps. Well, if I was teaching Barbie for the first time, if she gave me those 2 nice steps, I would stop because she did the right thing. I would reward her, so I would reward her by stop asking her to go. I might give her a little rub on the neck, and then I would ask her again. So she steps really nicely for me. As Barbie learns a little bit more, you can see that I would keep going, okay? So my goal for her doing this sort of groundwork is that I should be able to do an entire turn, so an entire 360, but I don't expect her to do that on day 1. Okay, so think of it as a process. So I'm actually going to start, Barbie, can you take 1 step and reward her for that? When I can see Barbie clearly understands 1 step, we'll ask for 2 steps. So I'm going to really think about building our way up the process and not demanding everything just on the first day that I teach her. It's also fairly important when you're training them, if I did that on her left side, I need to come back over here and do it on her right side as well. Otherwise, I'm going to have a horse that only turns one direction. So I need to make sure that I come over here to the other side of Barbie, get my lead rope ready. I'm going to bend her head and neck, add a little bit of pressure. Again, if I was just teaching her, I would reward her for that try of stepping correctly. Since Barbie knows what she's doing, we're going to ask her to keep going. Good girl. There. Good horse. I almost said dog. So, but if you notice there, Barbie kind of didn't do it right a little bit. So she kind of was wallering around a little bit, didn't step correctly. So that's when I kind of bumped her a little bit with the halter, okay? So even trained horses will sometimes get a little bit lazy, be like, that's good enough, right? I don't need to try really hard. Then I can give her a little bit of correction. It didn't take much for Barbie to go, oh yeah, okay, I'll do it right. So now I'm getting her to step a lot easier. Again, if she doesn't keep going, I'll maybe give her a little extra cue to say, yes, you have to keep going, darling. So these kind of little things, even with broke horses, and she's a very broke horse, she knows what she's doing, it's fairly important to keep saying, no, I need you to do it all the way. I need you to do it correctly. And that's how you keep your horses really honest with you for the long haul.